Hey, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 3. In the last episode, we rolled a high opening, and here we are. A lot of you guys were wondering why I don't play this large knights move when my opponent approaches, like the common trick. This is why. If your opponent ignores you, you don't have anything. This is why this move actually really sucks, in my opinion. It doesn't even have a follow-up. It's so sad. I mean, the attachment is okay, but you can't really gain really that much. So black is just perfectly okay with ignoring, and my opponent obviously knows what they're doing. I guess we will get a few senti moves, and then maybe develop some moyo. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, just going right into the game at the start of every episode. I'm really loving it. And I got my big coffee, and we're ready to go. This is interesting. I actually just recorded a how to attack video. And so how should we attack this? So now we have a choice of whether to let black go into the middle, or just enclose and let black live inside the corner. So let me just take a look at what kind of shape black would make if they go into the middle. It seems like we can just Hane, because they can't really Atari and Tiger Snow, because we can Atari here. And that would seem difficult for black. So black didn't really need this at all. Black could have just Haned and descended, and that would have been a very, very clear alive shape. But now black is giving us a very good chance to fight back, really. Okay, so if they Atari and Tiger Smell, we would Atari, and if they extend, we capture and they Atari, and then we're gonna have to Tiger Smell. So this is a ko, but I think it's a relatively manageable ko for us. By the way, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's really hard for me. Let me for the coordinates, because I don't actually see it. I'm gonna have to start memorizing these coordinates, because you guys see the coordinates, but I actually don't. But hopefully that sort of makes sense. If black makes this Atari here, white would have to connect, and then if black Tiger's Mouth, then white would Atari, and now black would have to extend out, because if black connects and white blocks, then black would be completely surrounded. Oh, okay. So this would actually end up in a ko if I wedge. You know what? Let's go. Let's go for it. Let's go for it, because when we do the peep here, black doesn't really have that many liberties either. It's actually a very interesting shape. So after we Hane and connect, black would have to capture, and then when we throw in, it's actually locally a ko. If we reduce from the outside, when black reduces, black would be able to capture the ko first, because then we will have to descend, and then when they throw in, we Atari. Trust me, it's a ko. Yeah, so if we capture first, then we pretty much guaranteed the corner. And I don't think black really has any big ko threats. The problem with this is that black can start the ko whenever they want. That's annoying. That's a bit annoying. Yeah, so this would definitely end up in a ko, so black would connect. Right now, black has an I, so if we just descend, we cannot play at the A1 point. So we're going to have to throw in and start the ko. And the throw in is a very common technique in all semi-Is, because that way you get to capture the ko first. If we descend here at C1, sorry, not C1, A3, okay. See how bad I'm with coordinates. If we descend at A3 first, then when black reduces, we would have the throw in, which means black would capture the ko first. And that is a very big difference when you're in the beginning, when both players has 0 ko threats. So we pretty much guaranteed the corner and a very clear lead. This is very efficient because we spent 4 moves. Okay, it's actually it is very good, but it's not as good as it probably looks. but it's still a decent result. So I think we will Hane and Tiger Mouth. Hane and Tiger's Mouth. And so we're going to threaten the cut. And yeah, now we have to connect for sure. This Atari doesn't actually gain anything because black could have benefited from this exchange. But now when we Hane and block, black doesn't have that. And so this capture race is again quite interesting. So black has to make the empty triangle. That would be interesting. It's probably some kind of ooh, diagonal. That's a very good move. So if I attach now, what would happen? Oh, I can actually attach and throw in. Oh, but boy, black would get this. Huh. I'm actually at a pretty big disadvantage here because of black's move. I didn't read this clearly enough. That's a problem. I'm gonna try to get a sente move on the outside before I completely get captured and I'm not able to get it. What's the result here? Is it possible to have a seki? Okay, no. I'm looking at the variation. If black tigers mode, I can't even block because black could cut and extend. Wow, this is really bad. This is even worse than I thought. Okay, so I'm gonna have to just descend and jump up probably, and just go with the. Just have to go with this. And this is what happens, boys, if you don't read before you play the move and you're just like, ah, that looks like a decent move. Oh, let's play there. Nope, it never works. I think I'm taking this a little bit too casually. Well, we did capture the top left. I mean, and black did spend 2 moves in a row here. Okay, now I'm finding excuses for myself. Okay, so this attachment is a good move usually after this shoulder hit. Oh, that's a very comfortable shape. Okay, now black does have a lot of territory. I think I'm going to have to go for some center expansion. I really want to enclose this because it sort of helps my group, and then in the future I might have some liberty reduction moves, but that's probably that's probably going to take a while. Okay, so I probably should not blitz with my opponent when they do. It's really a bad habit for most players on this server. Okay, we're gonna go full on Cosmos style now because this is super strong. Wait, what? This is the strangest thing. My opponent just resigned. Okay. Do I have anything that I wanted to talk about? I have no idea why they resigned. Strange. Maybe they had to go or something. Yeah, so I'm probably... So here's another way you can deal with it. If the whole result doesn't look that good, or actually, you know, after this, I could have just diagonaled. There's no reason for me to Hane, which clearly didn't work, so I didn't want to do that. So I'll just show you guys the, sorry, I guess you're not really seeing my screen because it's, yeah. I don't really want to redo the clip. So yeah, I should have just protected, but if I went with this attachment, when black plays here, white can't block because black can just simply extend out. And right here, black can actually Hane. There's nothing white could do here. Because black has 4 liberties. This would have been even worse for white. So luckily I was able to get it back there. Yeah. But I'm not sure why my opponent resigned. I was going to go cosmic style, but then they just kind of gave up. So I wonder why that's the case. But let's move on. So next opening, again. I just got 7 again. Oh well, since I guess Google knows that my game was incomplete. So since that my opponent just sort of randomly resigned, let's find our next opponent. Okay, that didn't take long at all. We are back, and oh, my opponent just completely ignored my high I choice. Ah, this Joseki. I haven't played this one in a while. Yeah, this is a good example of a Joseki that used to be played so much in professional 9-dan games and everyone's games. But then all of a sudden it just disappeared because people realized that, white is a little bit more efficient. It's not even that big of a difference, but people just don't want to have that psychological disadvantage. You don't want to play a variation that you clearly know that's not very good for you. Okay, so my opponent is playing the aggressive variation. So after extending, they're going to diagonal, and then we're going to just settle the left group first. So I think that's fine for white. So if black plays this move right here, there's still a 3-3 invasion, and black isn't really that efficient. So if black blocks, white would get the Hane and extent. And then the corner is really small, and also I will get forcing moves by pushing up. And then I can go come back here. And if black plays the diagonal, then I can think about sacrificing the 3 stones, actually. So we can be quite flexible here with our moves. Yep, so I guess we'll just go with the knight's move. The extension feels a little bit... I don't know what to do with black's Hane, so I feel like this is going to be more flexible. And we'll see what black does over here. These 3 stones look quite weak, but then it's still pretty hard to just completely kill it with one move. That doesn't look like a good move. That's going to help my shape. And, oh, yeah, these moves don't look very good for black at all. Okay, so I'll just Tiger's Knell first. And these 2 stones are very short on liberties. If black blocks, I'm pretty sure I can just Hane. Yep, there's actually multiple ways I can deal with it, but generally if you have a very, very weak connection like this, it's not the best idea. Now I really feel like Haning because, again, these stones are very weak, and I'm really getting at the shape because after I extend here, then black would have to really make bad shapes just to protect the 2 stones and make sure they're connected. So we'll see what black does here. So if black turns now, I can just extend because these 3 stones are not as important anymore. Really? Am I being too aggressive again? Because I feel like I can just enclose this. What is black going to do? Whoa! That's not good. That doesn't live. Black really needed to do something in the corner there. That move was probably gonna... If there was a chance that this group would live, that move just made it 0. Yeah, because right now if black goes here, white can just take away the eye on the side very easily. And the outside... There isn't really anything black do right now. I mean, this is not ko. I could just connect. And I feel like black Atari'd in the wrong at the wrong place. Black should have Atari'd in the over the other, using the other way, because then my groups would be both weak. Now my 6 in a row here is very strong. So as long as black can't capture the 2 stones, black is gonna die for sure. And so I think we just suddenly won this game. Because surely black can't continue after this dies. Yep, and also, not only this is dead, but it barely has any liberties. Although it's a ko, but it's not like black can fight like a 5-step ko or something. So even if we do get into a capture race, white would still, it's still relatively easy for white to handle. Okay, wow, that was quick. Wow, these are extremely quick games. But yeah, the story of the game really had to be, yeah, the weird shapes that black started making here. I mean, black just needed to, the way to take it to threaten white's shape is this diagonal. But also I think black should have just played a diagonal here. First capture the 3 stones, see what white does on the bottom. Yeah, but in the game, these moves were bad shape, and those bad shapes led to issues. Okay, so it's probably the longest clip ever, but let's roll the next opening. Wow, nice. I've been getting all big numbers this season. This is awesome. Okay, 3-5. Hey, a double 3-5 again. This account always brings a lot of fond memories. I've played 3-5 quite a bit when I was a child, and because I like to use it to trick people. And most of the time I just tricked myself, but in the process I learned so many variations and so much about reading. And also the first Hikaru no Go episode is about the one of the Taisha Joseki variations. So yeah, Taisha has a lot of memories. And again, every time we play this Joseki, my opponent blocks. This is like happens every time, works every time. Yeah, so now white has to fix that ladder breaker. Do we do this again? I think we can just knights move, right? Nope, we gotta do this again. Let's do this again. They want to capture the other stone? Because after they attach, they cannot shy away from the Taisha anymore. Because if they connect above, they don't have the ladder anymore. So they have to go with the Taisha. Huh. Also, in terms of direction, huh? Whoa, that doesn't look very good. In terms of direction, white's not very good because black has a 1-space extension on the top. Yeah, so this variation is clearly better for black. Get the free Sente Panuki there. And it's a very strong shape. So there is this ladder here, but maybe I'll just settle first. Doing ladder breaker would make the game more complicated, and I don't think that's something that I want to do. Yep, so we play this Joseki, and then the vital point is now this move, which I think is also a ladder breaker. Let me just verify that. It is, so I can later play this move. I'm guessing white would probably, oh, yeah, this is a very big whole board move, very good move. Yeah, but since white played there's no point in playing so close to the wall, so then I'm just going to invade on the bottom here. Well, let's attach. Oh, this is an interesting shape. Okay, so my opponent just let me get it. I'm pretty happy with this exchange though, because it's going to help my group quite a lot when it's escaping. And white is relatively close to themselves here. Well, definitely got to get this. We have to keep our opponent weak in order to sabaki and keep our own shape strong. So we're going to keep threatening white here. Huh. So since they didn't protect, I think we're just going to push through here. And maybe we'll get a trade of some sort. Does this work? Don't I just push through? I think I just push through, right? Oh, maybe white is trying to push first and cut. This is an interesting variation. Black's shape is really flexible right now. So if white pushes through, I'm just going to push in the middle. It's completely okay for black to give white some of this territory. Yeah, so white did clamp. That's the correct move. This trade would be definitely no good for white. But now if white lives the corner, black would just get the outside, right? At least that's what I'm hoping that's what I'm hoping what would happen. Okay. Is it bad to just keep going for the same one? I feel like if I descend now, white's just gonna push on top. That looked very annoying, so I decided to just connect back. But now I have two weak groups. So locally, I haven't really gotten any big advantages. I think I can diagonal here. Is that a good move? Maybe I just have to diagonal this way. Yeah, I have to prioritize escaping. The left side is not important compared to escaping. So yeah, I gotta play this move. Even though the shape here is very uncomfortable, because when white plays this extending move, it's sente, so it's pretty bad shape actually for me. But since I'm prioritizing escaping, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, let's escape first. I don't know how my groups got so weak here. Yeah, strong opponent. Or I'm just too weak. So here we gotta. How are we gonna escape? So this is gonna be sente. White's gonna have to extend. Oh. So I can Atari down here. And right here, this is definitely not playable for white. I was just talking about how white is pretty strong, but actually, after this exchange, white has completely lost it, because now black can just cut here and connect back, because descend is sente. And this whole white group is weak. So that one move pretty much just lost the game for white. And I'm not exaggerating when I say lost the game, because now this whole group is weak and the whole game has shifted, right? If white just pulled back there, black had to live, and then the center fight was still unclear. But now it's very clear. White's the only weak group, and now black would also get this right side territory. So yeah, you can see here, like, it's with high level play, it's really just 1 or 2 moves that, you know, put you at a clear disadvantage, and that's all it takes. Connect? You gotta be kidding me. This guy is joking. Connect? I'm actually thinking of actually connecting here first, but is that too aggressive? I mean, if it works, it's not, right? So, oh my god, did I misread the ladder again? Oh, no way! I can't believe this. Oh, yeah, the pro that can't read ladders. Ryan Lee. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, so if you're wondering, this is the ladder. So if I cut and White pushes in Atari, if I connect, White just ladders my group. Okay, so we gotta keep going. So we jump out. Now we gotta escape. Well, at least we reduced White's territory by a lot. We can't make our territory anymore because I didn't actually cut White, and White is probably gonna get sent to here. But no biggie. No biggie. We're still what? I was gonna say we're still in it. Why do I make this exchange? It's so bad. What? Okay, I think I still want the stone, right? Because I can still cut in Sente. What is White doing here? I have no idea what White just did here. Again, the game would be very interesting if White plays the Knight's move and then jumps out. And then I still won't be able to escape there. There's probably a lot more groups for White to worry about, but at least this connection, White didn't accomplish anything but help Black literally make the connection. So I can just cut here, and White's all cut off. I'm not even going to bother capturing the 4 stones. I think it's just better to force White to live here. So White's going to have to make this alive, and then I think every single group is weak. But I don't want to escape for sure, because then White's going to get forcing moves, and I need to help my group first. So at this point, I'm going to stop thinking about trying to escape that ladder, or doing any ladder breakers for that one. I'm going to threaten the cut and try to make my own shape in the process. Yeah, locally, this group is not alive yet. That would give me some stuff to do. But yeah, since Black has an eye, there's half an eye over here, which means Black can live at any point. So this fight is very bad for White, actually. Do I want to cut this out? Maybe I just want to jump back. I don't think there's any point in keep fighting. If I can just jump back and clearly be ahead. Since when Black cuts here, it's Sente, this group is already completely alive. So I don't need to worry about that. And also for my other group, I was going to talk about that group. I'm pretty much escaped, so I'm also not very worried. So I mean, generally, you can't attack groups if you're also super weak. And going by that principle, you can actually defend off a lot of attacks, and it's a good thing to remember, because then you'll know when you need to defend or when you need to attack. Or if you're wondering, if you see a big move on the board and then you see a weak group, and then you're asking yourself, okay, do I need to defend or not? Then usually yes. The answer is yes, you do need to defend. But if your opponent's also weak, then sometimes you don't have to. Can't I just escape here? What are you doing? He can't be serious. This guy can't be serious. Okay, I'm happy with the trade though. He can't be serious, right? I was just gonna say that there is a sacrifice sequence. I was just looking at that sequence. That sequence actually doesn't look that good for black. But this one does. So I just captured this. It's literally the same deal. All they did is change the order a little bit. This can't be an even trade. This left side is at least 30 points, but the top side is not that big. You know, I'll just let them have whatever they want, right? I mean, I don't think I need to count, right? Black is most definitely ahead here. Really? Do they honestly think they can live here? I mean, I can't Tanuki, but can't live. Because otherwise, there's no purpose of playing on the inside here. And yeah, there's no point for this move. I think it's better to push first, because if they connect when I play here, it's actually a Sente kill. But if they just make the eye, then it's actually the same thing. I can just cut in the middle. Oh, I should have peeped here first. Oh, now they're gonna... that's annoying. Now there's some kind of weird ko. Oh, what? Oh. They definitely should have descended because they're the Hane. That would have been... I would have just protected and then just went somewhere else, because I felt this would still be a good trade. My whole purpose was just to make this group stronger so that I can just leave with the territory benefit. But now I guess this is just dead. Yeah, if white descended there instead of making the eye, I would have definitely answered. Okay, so I guess we're pretty much entering endgame. I want to exchange this move because Now my group is completely alive and I won't never have to worry about it. Yeah. I just gotta exchange this one and the Atari. So just to make sure everything is complete and finished. I mean, we just got the left side, so there's absolutely no way that the territory would be anywhere near close. I can just take everything, and I don't really think there's any possibility that it would be a close game. I mean, yeah, I think my opponent's quite strong. So first, in this fight on the bottom, I didn't really play that well, and it was pretty close in the fight until my opponent missed that Hane, and that one move pretty much made the game difficult for white. Yeah, so now, what have we got? I think it's time to skip, isn't it? I don't think there's anything major. Okay, that was it. It's a relatively long game. It was a very interesting one, actually. I think the way I handled this lower left fight was not well. And particularly, perhaps I should just protect or find some way to make this connection a little bit stronger. Because, of course, I'm the weak one, and I have a bunch of groups. So after playing relatively aggressively, I ended up with still 2 weak groups to protect. And that was not ideal. But then after my opponent missed this extension, so had white extended here, I think the game would still be relatively close. But after that, it seemed to be all in black's favor. And at the end, my opponent actually had a very strong fighting spirit and kept trying, which is respectable. Okay, now I think that's going to be it for today. I'm going to roll the next opening, and what are we going to play for the next episode? All big numbers.